So you're looking at buying into a beautiful community with tennis courts, a gym, playgrounds, dog park, the whole 9 yards. And then they hit you with, what the heck is a CDD fee? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about HOAs, deed restrictions, and CDD fees and fill you in on all of it. So we'll talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and let's get into it. All right, so let's start off with HOAs. Of course, HOA stands for Homeowners Association, and the whole idea of a Homeowners Association is to try to keep all of the homes in a community up to a standard to keep the values high. Now, here's the thing that you have to understand about Homeowners Association. They depend a lot on the association, and that's people. You and I have had this discussion before. Everything centers around people. And when you have a change in leadership in the Homeowners Association, then things can go kind of crazy. So you can go from very mellow, very kind people that don't bother you, that don't come to your house all the time telling you to do this or do that, to the little neo-Nazi goose-stepping with his little nail clippers telling you that your grass is 1/4 of an inch above whatever their measurement is. That's where things get kind of crazy. So you have to be very careful about the homeowners associations. The other thing, too, is you have to look at how much they're going to charge you and what you're going to get. Now, most homeowners association, pretty much blanket by far, are going to cover the roads and they're going to cover the street lights. So if there's street lights in the community and there's a road going through or roads going through, that's going to be the basis for what they're going to cover for what you're paying. Now, aside from that, they may offer lawn service, like in the case of some of the 55-plus communities. They take care of the lawn for you. They may offer cable. They may offer utilities. There's all kinds of stuff like that that possibly could be part of your homeowners association fee. Now, it all depends on how much you're paying. If you're looking at a more expensive homeowners association, you're probably going to get a little bit more out of it. If you're looking for a if you're looking at a homeowners association, I should say, where maybe it's like $50 a month, or maybe it's a couple $100 a quarter, or whatever the case may be, you may not get a whole lot more than just the street light and the roads. And so you have to be okay with that. There are going to be general rules that you have to follow. You may not be able to do certain things in terms of, what you can do with your house, like no pink polka dots on the top of the house. You can't paint your house shocking green, those kinds of things. Now, the other thing that we have to look at is what's called a deed restriction. That gets more into what you can do with your home. So even though the HOA may say, okay, these are the stipulations, these are the rules that you have to follow, you can't, leave your trash out, you can't put a boat in the front yard, whatever the case may be. But then you have a deed restriction, which may say, well, you only have these 4 or 5 colors that you can paint your house, and it has to be done in this way with this color for the trim and this color for the house. And they're going to give you a lot more of the rules that you have to follow in order to, be a part of that community. Now, the deed restrictions are another level that the HOA goes through to guarantee that homes in the community look or stay at a certain standard. That's going to really be up to you as to whether or not you feel that's something you can put up with. Me personally, I've never lived in an HOA. I've never lived in a homeowners association with a deed restriction. I don't care to. I've always either lived out in the country or I've lived someplace where I didn't have those things to deal with. I personally don't want somebody coming to my house and telling me what to do unless they've got a mortgage check in their hand. Now, not everybody feels that way, and that's okay. You just have to be smart about it. Knowing that an HOA can change administration, and that administration, the new one, could end up being really a pain in the butt, you just have to be aware of that. Now, here's the big 800-pound gorilla in the room, and that's a CDD fee. So I get that question all the time. What the heck is a CDD fee? So the CDD fee is a community development district fee. So here's the best way that I can explain this to you. You and I are going to go out and we're going to develop a 100-acre piece of property, and we're going to put a bunch of different homes on it. It may end up being 50 homes. It may end up being 75 or 100 homes, whatever the case may be. It could end up being 200 homes, 300 homes. Doesn't really matter. But we're going to develop this property as business partners. So you and I just went into business together to develop Lorena Estates. I'm putting my name on it because it's my video. All right, so we're going to develop this property, and we know that the homes we're going to sell on that property are going to probably end up being in that 325 range as far as price goes. But we also want to put in a community center. We want a gym, so we want to have a gym. We want to have a couple of dog parks, some playgrounds, swimming pool, tennis courts, a lot of the features or amenities that people are looking for. The problem is when you get done building the roads through, putting the street lights up, and then building all of this other stuff up, whether it's a community center, the pool, whatever the case may be, that could add anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 onto each home, which means now your community of homes that are affordable at $325 may end up having to go up to $350 or $375, and that would put them out of the affordability of most people that you were looking to attract to that community. Now, that's where the CDD fee comes, okay? So what we do is we say, okay, we're going to have a development fee. In other words, developing that community that's going to go on every home. This is not a fee paid strictly by the seller. It's a fee attached to the home. So if you think of it this way, when you purchase a home in a community with a CDD, basically that home comes with this fee that balances out the monies that would be spent to facilitate all of the extra things, the features in that community. So instead of paying $25,000 or $50,000 up front on top of the purchase price of the home, you're paying $500 a month extra, $300 a month extra, whatever the case may be. And that is going to continue. And there's two parts to the CDD. And this is interesting. The first part of it is going to be the actual what they owe, or what we, if you and I are partners, would owe to build out all of those extra features. Okay. The second part is going to be what the maintenance for those features are going to be, which is the long-term effect of the CDD. So let's say, for example, the CDD is going to be paid off for that home in 20 years. So after 20 years, not only is the house paid off, but the CDD, the beginning portion of that CDD is going to be paid off as well. Okay. The second part of this is going to be the maintenance part. So you may have a $300 CDD fee on top of a $200 or $50, whatever the case may be, HOA. And at the end of 20 years, once that fee has been paid off, now it goes down to $125 a month. And the reason for that is because we have the pool, but we need pool service. We have the gym, but we need somebody to clean the gym, so we need a maid service. And the same thing for the common areas. We need somebody to come in and do lawn work. All of those things need to still continue, even though the CDD fee has been paid out. As far as the main fee, those maintenance fees still have to be there. And so that's going to be part of living in that community. You start off with every home having a portion of the fees that generate all of those amenities, and then a portion of the fees that at the end maintain all of those amenities. I hope that makes sense. I mean, it's the easiest way for me to explain it. If you have any questions about this, or you need more information, or even a better explanation, get in the comments and let me know. These are all things that you have to consider when you're, looking at a community, looking at finding a home in, a beautiful place like Winter Haven, Lakeland, or any place in Central Florida. And if you're looking for a home in Central Florida, Tampa Bay, any of the places that I personally work, let me know. I would love to help you. Been doing this for a long time, and I think I can definitely steer you in the right direction. Anyways, all my information is in the description below. If you want to set up a time to talk with me on my schedule, just go to talkwithvince.com and set up a Zoom meeting, and we can have a half an hour or 45 minutes to just answer any questions or get you started. So listen, thank you so much. Again, if you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.